Let's go, girls!
Let's take a fun run at the summer capital of Negros Occidental! Hop till you drop in this enthralling Salvadorian culture. Vitor!
From flashing smiles and cheerful rich heritage to the pride in its finest cuisine, all these make the province of Negros Occidental one of the prime destinations in the Philippines.
My first impression of Negros Occidental was really great, and I think everyone should visit.
For some, when they hear about Negros Occidental, the first thing that comes into their mind is the large tract of sugarcane fields, the sacadas or the tapaceros, and other things that are related to the sugar industry.
It's really a fun place wherein you're going to unwind yourself, and Negros Occidental is totally different from where I am.
Negros Occidental is one of the 6 provinces that compose the region of Western Visayas. Has a total land area of almost 7,926 square kilometers and nicknamed as the Sugar Bowl of the Philippines.
The people are warm, and once you strike a smile to someone, they strike a smile back, and they're just very welcoming to their tourists and to the people that come visit Negros Occidental.
Its capital is Bacolod City, is well known for its fun-filled festival, which is the Bacolod Mascara, which is celebrated annually every 3rd weekend of October.
Negros Occidental, where I got to meet a lot of smiley people. Whenever I'm going to pass by them, we're going to say hi with a smile on their face. I really feel that they're really hospitable and really approachable as well.
But if you're thinking that our detour destination will be at this capital city, well, you got it all wrong, guys, because right now we will be driving you 42 kilometers away from the busy streets to this ideal trip for family and friends, which is Don Salvador, Benedicto.
When I knew that I'll be going in here, I was like, wow, am I really going to a place where I really wanted before?
Don Salvador Benedicto, more popularly known for its acronym DSB, is the youngest municipality of Negros Occidental. It is situated 2,495 feet above sea level at the mid-center of the province. 47 kilometers of good highway from capital city, and considered as a 5th-class municipality where agriculture is their prime commodity.
I was actually really excited because I wanted to go on this trip, and I honestly didn't really know what to pack. They said that it was cold, but I didn't really think it was possible for the Philippines to be cold.
One of the most convenient ways to reach Don Salvador by land is taking the bus or private car from Bacolod City. Passing the municipality of Murcia, it will take you approximately 45 minutes to 1 hour bus ride depending on its speed.
The road from Bacolod to Don Salvador was really smooth. It wasn't a bumpy ride at all. I already know this place because I have a friend and I saw her picture on Facebook, and I love the place. Actually, it's right here in the Lions Park.
This municipality was hailed as the summer capital of Negros Occidental because of its cool weather and captivating landscapes. Don Salvador Benedicto is also locally known as the province's Little Baguio. If you'll take a view from your window pane,
you'll notice that Don Salvador also has some similarities like that of the city of Baguio.
My initial reaction is that when I step into this place, I feel like, wow, the weather is really cold in here, and I never expected that this kind of weather is here in the Philippines. And I question myself, am I really here in the Philippines?
Moreover, Don Salvador Benedicto has a total land area of 17,056 hectares, in which 67% of it is forestal land, which is why their prime commodity in this blessed place is based on agriculture.
What caught my attention were definitely the mountains here in Don Salvador Benedicto. They are nothing like the mountains that I've seen before here in the Philippines, and I think everyone should come and see them.
Majestic mountains, jaw-dropping sceneries, and warm, accommodating people are some of the reaches this place holds, and it will just continue to enthrall you once you go further along your adventure.
My jaw dropped as we were coming into Don Salvador Benedicto. The mountains were just majestic, and I didn't really expect this. As I said before, when I am in the mountains, I feel so much closer to God. I just feel this serenity and relaxing feeling inside, and that's why Don Salvador just took my heart. The weather here is unpredictable, bipolar, and you just need to be ready for what happens. They should really expect the cold weather. They should really bring their jackets and really thick blankets, because you don't know when it's going to rain. You don't know when the sun is gonna come out. You just need to bring a jacket or an umbrella.
We were seriously surprised that weather like this would be possible here in the Visayas region, which is why we kept ourselves braced up for the next thing that will surprise us next. So if you are still seeing that Western Visayas is a pure tropical region, visiting Don Salvador will somehow change that view.
Don Salvador was a newfound municipality of Negros Occidental on the 9th day of February 1983. It was founded by Nehemias Nene de la Cruz, who was also appointed as the first municipal mayor of the municipality.
The town got its name in honor of the late Vice Governor Salvador Benedicto, who was part in setting the revolutionary government of Negros Island and Siquijor during the Japanese occupation during World War II. And also, Salvador Benedicto stands for the Blessed Savior, Salvador meaning Savior and Benedicto meaning blessed. The livelihood of this municipality was based on its agricultural resources. And to give glory and honor to the blessings and abundance that this municipality is having, they celebrate Kalikalihan Harvest Festival annually every 9th day of February. The Salvadorians give pride to their culture, especially to their native tribe, which is the Duhunan Ata tribe. Although we have failed to visit them because of their far distance, we still met a few of them while they celebrate their traditional wedding ceremony.
So, to continue with our road trip in this cool place, we get to see not only majestic mountains from our window panes, but also pine trees.
Because since I was small, I really want to go to Baguio and see the pine trees they're talking about. So the pine trees is really like, twilight-ish.
The pine trees alongside of the road really made our day here in DSB. So Margot and I decided to step out our truck and decide to jump over the fence and have a closer look at the pine trees.
The pine trees were really interesting in a way where you don't really see these kinds of trees anywhere in the Philippines, only in Don Salvador.
The pine trees are just one of the government's projects to develop and conserve the environment of the place. They also built a library to spread the gift of knowledge to its citizens.
Hey there, travel buddies! So there are many things that you can do here at Don Salvador Benedicto. And if you are a book lover, you must visit their municipal library.
here at Poblacion, Barangay Igmayaan.
The government ensures to its people that DSB will come to its full bloom and has a bright future ahead. That's why the government is giving its best support to projects that will help the municipality meet its vision and mission.
So the mayor of Don Salvador was really nice and very welcoming. The mayor is really accommodating, and if you get to meet him, he will welcome you. Our trip here in Don Salvador Benedicto wouldn't be possible without the help of our Honorable Mayor, Mr. Mark Slan de la Cruz. So welcome, sir, and thank you for welcoming us here in your municipality.
You're most welcome also.
Okay, so there are other places here in the Philippines that claim to be the summer capital. So what makes Don Salvador Benedicto different from other summer capitals?
Well, what makes Don Salvador Benedicto different is that number one, of course, the cool climate here in Don Salvador Benedicto. It is where what people is looking for, most especially every summer, to beat the heat. And that's what we have here in Don Salvador Benedicto. Also, the proximity from Bacolod City and, of course, San Carlos City. Of course, the scenic view going here in Don Salvador Benedicto.
So I'm just curious, sir, Don Salvador Benedicto is called the summer capital. Why summer capital? Because the people of Don Salvador Benedicto experience rain throughout the year. So why summer capital?
So we have what we call a microclimate that is inherent in every rainforest. So most of the areas, there are areas also that we have sunshine most of the summer. But we cannot deny that it remains cool here in Don Salvador Benedicto, and there are a lot of people going here because of its cool climate, and they want to get away from the heat in the city and do their outdoor activities here in Don Salvador Benedicto.
So please invite our travel buddies to experience the cool climate here in Don Salvador Benedicto.
Okay, I'm inviting everyone out there to visit the municipality of Don Salvador Benedicto here in the province of Negros Occidental, the summer capital of our province. Visit us every February 9 as we celebrate our Kalikalihan Harvest Festival. Witness our street dancing competition and cultural presentation so that you will find the most unique costumes, because our costumes are made of farm produce, and at the same time you will taste the native cuisine of our municipality.
DSB government officials are working towards providing the town with careful and conscientious advancement. In no time, it will be the country's next green getaway hotspot.
So guys, knowing about what this place has to offer, we're just a warm-up for this cool adventure in Negros Occidental. So wait till you see the places we get to visit as you come and join us in this extraordinary destination. So buckle up your seats as Detour returns.
Don Salvador welcomed us through its incredible sceneries. It was a clear day for us when we arrived at our first destination to unload our things at the well-known Stone House.
As soon as I get inside the Stone House, I can feel the coolness I breathe.
This famous residence here in Don Salvador Benedicto has a fine and exquisite interior design. The excellent features of the house has a display of many interesting furniture and art pieces. While outside, the garden settings, which include a pavilion and a bahay kubo, are conveniently placed all over the property.
So we stayed at the Stone House of Don Salvador, and I find it really interesting because it holds so much history, and the infrastructure was very unique in a way where the house is actually made out of stone and nothing else. And it helps keep us warm during the cold nights.
trying to sleep at night and you're inside a stone house and you're surrounded by trees, it feels like you're in a place that no one gets to disturb you.
You can say that this notable residence is as old as Don Salvador itself. Upon the making of DSB, the house served as shelter for the De La Cruz family, who currently reigns as the leaders of this municipality. The house was built by Nehemias Nene De La Cruz for the protection and shelter for this family.
Hey there, travel buddies! So we are here at the historic site, the Stone House. And right here next to me is the founder of Don Salvador Benedicto, the Honorable Nehemias Nene De La Cruz. So sir, tell us more about this historic site behind us.
Well, this stone house was built by me, of course, and some farm workers when we tried to build the town of Salvador Benedicto. Me and my wife, we started here, then we built also the town. In order that the people in the mountains will go down to the city with dignity. Because let's accept the fact that during the time, there is no government services in the countryside. So, being the lover of the mountain people, so I try to provide services, government services to them, to bring government to the people in the countryside. So that is why we founded Salvador Benedicto, meaning the Blessed Savior. So, because at that time, there is no center of government, the stone house became also the municipal hall. At the same time, hospital and accommodation of all the citizens in the countryside.
Very well said, sir. So what is the significant contribution this house gives to Don Salvador Benedicto?
It serves, the structure is, and the foundation is so strong. So any typhoon and any untoward incident, stone house is a symbol of strength, power, and dignity to the countryside. So the town of Salvador Benedicto will live forever because the foundation is strong, as symbolized by the stone house.
Please invite our travel buddies out there to come and visit this historic site.
Yeah, I would like to invite everybody who are listening to the Amazing Planet to rediscover our town, Salvador Benedicto, the summer capital of Negros Occidental, the most beautiful highway in Negros Occidental, and the most beautiful climate in Negros Occidental. You don't need to go to Pagsanhan, Baguio. You go to Salvador Benedicto and you will experience the countryside of Salvador Benedicto.
The cozy stone house overwhelmed us after that 42-kilometer road trip from Bacolod City. This place usually accommodates the visitors of the mayor and his family. That is why we are so blessed to be housed in this comfy place.
The stone house is really good in architecture. It's really wonderful inside, especially the walls is really sturdy and I feel safe whenever I'm in there.
The stone house is an expression of the strength that is inherent in the people of Don Salvador. Despite the storms it has weathered, its walls still stand, and it has only come out more beautiful after each downpour.
Now, since we have already unloaded our belongings, it's now time to head to DSB's Eco Tour. There are absolutely a lot of fun and enthralling things to explore at this little Baguio of Negros Occidental. And to guide us in our exciting activity, Ms. Ria Carvajosa, the uber-dynamic tourism officer of DSB, will guide us along our exploration.
Oh, I love the DOT officer of Don Salvador. She was a really great tour guide. She went with us along the way and showed us everything Don Salvador had to offer. She's really good. She is accommodating us along the way, along the trip, and
every time I'm going to ask questions, she answered it really correct, and she erases my curiosity about this place.
And to give us more information about DSB has to offer, we had a talk with her.
Hey there, travel buddies! So we are here at Malatanog Falls viewing deck, and right next to me is Tourism Officer Miss Ria Carvajosa. Miss Ria, when is the ideal time for tourists to come here in Don Salvador, Benedicto?
Well, Jess, if you're an adventurous travelers like you, well, the best time to be here, if you want to go trekking and if you want to commune with nature, the best time to be here is summer season, April and May. And if you want to witness our festival, the Kali-Kalihan Harvest Festival, the best time to be here is on February 9, wherein you can witness various cultural and traditional activities of the people.
So ma'am, how is the performance of Don Salvador Benedicto in terms of tourism?
Just in terms of tourism, last March 2, 2009, we are dubbed as the summer capital of Negros Occidental, and recently we are awarded by the Association of Tourism Officers of the Philippines as Best Tourism Week celebration in the Philippines, and also awarded by the Provincial Tourism Information Center as Best Tourism Week celebration in the province of Negros Occidental.
So ma'am, please promote the televiewers back at home to come and visit Don Salvador Benedicto.
Yes, I would like to invite everyone, all the televiewers, to please come, visit, and witness Don Salvador Benedicto and discover why is it called the summer capital of Negros Occidental. We are very accessible by bus, only 47 kilometers from Bacolod City and 40 kilometers from San Carlos City. So please witness also our Kali-Kalihan Harvest Festival every February 9. So see you there!
So, moving along at this Salvadorian trip, we visited next the Cigarette Falls, or the famous Malatanog Falls of Don Salvador.
I've never seen a real falls actually. It was really my first time.
Malatanog Falls is located at Barangay Kumaliskis, Don Salvador, Benedicto. It is 120 feet high and looks pretty much like a cigarette because of its thin feature. And if you take the bus from Bacolod, you can just tell the conductor to drop you off by the Talanawan or the Malatanog viewing deck in order to see and enjoy this magnificent view.
Now the Malatanog Falls, I really wish I got to come closer to that falls. But when you stand on the Malatanog Falls viewing deck, it's just jaw-dropping because once you see the falls on the mountains, you just feel this relaxation and you just forget all your troubles and all your worries in your mind, and you just like, when you look at it, it's so nice. Love it. You're just standing on the viewing deck looking at the waterfall. It's really breathtaking.
Though we can't trek to the majestic Malatanog Falls, good thing we have an alternative falls to visit, which is the ever-beautiful Alindahawan Falls.
Since we're not able to go to Malatanog Falls, we have an alternative. We went to Alindahawan Falls and we get to splash ourselves with water and we rinsed ourselves with mud. And we had to trek really like 1 kilometer away from the waterfalls, and it's really worth it because as we get there, we had so much fun.
From Malatanog, we will now head to Alindahawan Falls. Though the trail and the road track to see these wonderful falls was also quite a rough journey, everything is also worth it when you reach the end.
Hey travel buddies, so the weather here in Don Salvador is unpredictable. So right now, as you can see, it's raining as we are going to the falls, Alindahawan Falls. And yeah, now it's not raining anymore.
So, Alindahawan Falls, we need to trek few kilometers from our starting point at Barangay Bago in Don Salvador.
My trekking experience here in Don Salvador was very cold, very muddy, very slippery, and I loved it. It was really fun, and that's my kind of thing when I am in an adventure, because once again I slipped and I literally fell into mud. Like, I laid on mud, and thankfully I got to freshen up and wash my clothes in the Bago River, and it was okay. My trekking experience was really exciting.
Although our trek to the falls was not easy, which I must admit, because of the muddy and jagged pathway, we still got to enjoy some of the few things that we saw along the way.
Okay, so check this one, guys. Along the way to the waterfalls, we found wild strawberries, which is, I believe, this is going to be delicious. I've never tasted it before, so let me taste this one. Can I taste this one? Here, come, Jessa. Come take a bite.
You can actually find this fruit in the forest. It just so happened that we were lucky to see one during our detour adventure.
You want? It's wild.
Okay, the trekking experience is really exciting because it was muddy, it was raining, it was slippery, and we had a lot of things to carry on ourselves. So it was really, really exciting and challenging as well, of course.
Moving along on this fun trek, we got to meet old-time residents of the place who offered us snacks, which filled up our tummies as we go further along this adventure. As we walk and walk and walk, we again got to see majestic mountains and rice terraces. We also saw a wide landscape that made us say, heaven. After the 45 minutes trekking, we finally arrived at the beautiful Alindahawan Falls.
Oh my god, it's really wow.
I guess everyone is telling the truth. The trek may drain your energy, but once you get into the place, you'll be filled with excitement like the trek never happened.
The Alindahawan Falls was really fun as well. You have to trek a little bit in order to get to the falls, but it's worth the trek. It's worth the walk and the sweat.
Alindahawan Falls is located in the inner forest of Barangay Bago. Getting to the site is no trip for the faint-hearted. At least 27 kilometers farther from the town's boundary in the north, one must endure 15 to 30 minutes of walking through the slippery terrain and rice fields and a steep climb to the top of the falls. The trek was worth it since exhaustion was wiped away by the breathtaking sight of this magnificent waterfall.
And what's really unique about this falls, you can actually stand on top of the falls and do whatever you want, and the current isn't that strong enough to where you would fall off the falls, but it's really nice.
There are some funny things that we did as we hung out at this place.
When I was here in Don Salvador, this is actually the first time that I tried tuba, and I didn't really think about it when I started drinking it because I didn't really know what to expect, but it was really sweet, but at the same time bitter in a way, a little bit sour, but it was really good. I got to drink a whole lot of tuba because Manong Saf kept on telling me, oh, let's take that again, we need to take that again, and so I keep on drinking not knowing that it could actually get you drunk, but the tuba here is really sweet and you have got to taste it.
We had a great time at Alindahawan. Although we still want to go to Malatanag Falls and have our picture taken there, this second option was never a regret at all.
We had so much fun playing with the water and getting wet. I must say the whole crew had a wonderful time here at the falls.
I know, guys, you are pretty excited to find our next stop here at DSB. Well, There are a load of things to do here at this place. See how we hit the mud and taste delicious food which only DSB can offer. So, stay tuned as Detour returns. After having a splash at the Alindahawan Falls, we went back to our truck to proceed to our next itinerary. Here in DSB, people would call this place as the Little Baguio of Negros Occidental. And whenever we speak of the famous Baguio City, we would associate it with pine trees, cool climate, and of course, the famous rice terraces. And here in DSB, you could also see majestic rice terraces made by hardworking Salvadorians.
Although the rice terraces here were not as grandiose like those in Baguio City, it was still majestic if you think about it. The effort being invested by the native Salvadorians and the intelligence in farming.
That's why we never let go of the opportunity to rice plant. As soon as we knew that we can do rice planting, we immediately asked Miss Ria to accompany us in this activity.
Well, it's really challenging and we had a great time trying to dig in some of the rice plants there. The rice planting activity was absolutely my favorite activity in our trip because it was just really fun and I never really got to rice plant before. But the most memorable part of that activity is that one of our tour guides helped us show how to rice plant, and Ate Margo saw something on his leg and I was like, what was that? And then he just pulls it out of his leg and he says it's a leech, and I didn't even want to get in the water anymore. I was so freaked out, but it was really fun and we still got to rice plant.
Seriously, it was totally bizarre.
The rice planting activity is really fun and exciting, especially when I saw the leech on one of our tour guide's foot. And then Jessa came, oh my God, is that a leech?
Well, rice planting, it's more fun in the Philippines.
Agriculture is one of the prime commodities of DSB. They get most of their products from their agricultural resources, which is why Salvadorians value their land so much.
Hey there, travel buddies! In connection of our rice planting activity, I am here at Barangay Bunga, and together with me are the Barangay Bunga Kagawads. Okay, so sir, paano nyo ginahimo ang rice terraces?
Ina sa paghimo na man-made ina siya. Paagi sa tawo kag karabaw ina nahimo ina nga rice terraces. Kagdugang sina grabe ang pangabudlay gid sa mga pumuluyo sina nahimo ina nga rice terraces. Kay wala kami sa mga equipment nga iubras na paagi ra sang karabaw kag tawo.
Sir, ang mga rice terraces, paano nyo ini ginamentenar?
So, ginamentenar ina mismo sa mga landowner mismo, ginamentenar sa maayo, tugang dira, mismo ang mga landowner na kapangayo man assistant, technical assistant about sa mga bag-o nga mga teknolohiya, especially sa rice farming.
So, mampagkabalo ko ang Barangay Bunga, leading barangay diri sang Don Salvador, Benedicto. Kag na-notice ko, nadokadamo subong sang tawo diri sa palibot kag dito sa punta. May ano di subong, ma'am?
Okay, ang Barangay Bunga is mother of Salvador Benedicto. Kag kumanirkulis at sinda na di dason ang Barangay Bago, Bagong Silang, Kumaliskis, kag iban pa nga mga barangays. Nagadala na sila disang product nila nga mga prutas or vegetables, kag labi sa tanan, mga baboy or manok, kag karabaw, baka, diri na kay ari na din na butang nga mo na stockyard.
So going along in our detour at DSB, we went to Magazine to taste the famous fruit which best represents Don Salvador, the pineapples.
So as we get there, the piña plantation was really wide. We got the chance to see sprouting piña.
The piña plantation, all that I can say is that you need to pick a really good day to go to the piña plantation, because when we went there, it was raining, it was windy, and it was really cold. But what was really great about the piña plantation is that you could see so many piñas on the ground planted, and when we went there, the piñas weren't really that big yet, but you can see their little sizes and how they start, and it was really cool to see.
DSB is blessed to have a good and fertile soil that can grow sweet pineapples. You can see vast farm that grow the sweet and delicious fruit.
The piña was really sweet and really delicious.
During our visit at the pineapple farm, the pineapples are still small, but guess what? We still got to pick some out and have a taste of some of the baby pineapples. And though they are still little and said to be sour, the young pineapples actually tasted sweet.
The piñas of Don Salvador, you have got to taste it because it's really sweet and definitely different. Our travel buddies should really try the piña here in Don Salvador.
To give us more knowledge why pineapples were the chosen fruit of DSB and how they raise such sweet pineapples, we asked our resource person about it.
Hey there, travel buddies. Right now we're experiencing rain, but that's just how it is here in Don Salvador, Benedicto. So right now we are here at Barangay Bago, Don Salvador, particularly in the piña plantation over here. So right now I am with the punong barangay of Barangay Bago, Honorable Antonio Salazar Sr. Nga piña gid ang inyo ginatanom diri subong.
Kali mamang piña gid ang amon nga ginatanom di sa Barangay Bago. Kay amon ni siya ang daw bali nasahuan sa amon di nga duta. So ang kalain sa amon di nga piña kumpara sa iban kay mabalaan nila sa sabor tungod nga ang iya nga sabor tamis siya kag daw ka kinis balas ang iya nga sabor nga pag ano nila. So muna nga tinalain gid siya sa iban nga produkto sa piña.
So paano sir ang sistema sa inyo pag-export sa mga piña nyo?
So ang sistema ma'am sa ang kuan sang pag-export sa amon nga piña kung luto siya bali ginadala siya sa Bacolod, Dumaguete. Muna nga sa Bacolod kung sino ang makatilaw sa piña sa Don Salvador, mabalaan nila nga Don Salvador tungod sa sabor.
Di ampun amo na sir, i-invite nato ng ating mga travel buddies nga galantaw subong nga magbakal diri sang piña sa Don Salvador.
Okay gid ma'am. Ang akon nga sa punong barangay sa Barangay Bago, Don Salvador, Benedicto, upod sa amon nga Mayor Tutumak de la Cruz, Vice Mayor Cynthia de la Cruz, kag kay board member Nimias de la Cruz, naga-invite gid kami sa aton nga magbakal kamo sang piña sa Don Salvador, Benedicto, alin sa Barangay Bago. Kag diri ninyo matilawan ang piña sa Don Salvador nga kasaburoso gid. Kag welcome kamo magkadto di sa Don Salvador para nga magbakal sang piña nga produkto sa Don Salvador, Benedicto.
No, wasn't that absolutely great? It inspires me to make sweet pineapple jam when I get home. But what about you, Jessa?
Wow! I'm going to bring home some of these sweet pineapples and make my family taste the delicious pineapples of DSB.
The juice. It's really sweet. Thumbs up.
Okay, Jess, so since we are already talking about food here, when we come back, we will have our travel buddies at home to taste the kind of food which DSB has been serving us for the past few days of staying here. Stay tuned, guys, because coming right up will be food, food, and more food.
Our detour at DSB won't be complete without food, food, and more food. To give you a little bit of a highlight of the food which DSB has been serving us during our stay, Miss Ria made us taste the best in DSB cuisine. So moving along with our detour food trip, we ate at St. Therese and Stonehouse, which both served delicious breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
All I did was eat, I have to say, even lunch, dinner, snack, breakfast. The people here are really good at cooking, especially the people at the stone house that took care of us. And their delicacies in Don Salvador, you have got to try.
St. Therese fed us with their famous spicy sizzling sisig and palitaw.
The food was delicious, especially on the stone house. They really have a good accommodation. Palitaw is somewhat like muasi in Iloilo because my father is also making that one, but here the taste is really different because the mix of sugar, the mix of coconut, and there's sesame seeds all over it, which is really, really delicious.
And since this place has a very cool climate, coffee is going to be your best friend if you wanted to fight freeze. People got their own reasons for traveling. Reasons that could help them escape from the busy world and experience the fun life at their most wanted destination.
I think traveling is important for someone because you get to see more things and it is an opportunity for you to get to see what the world has to offer.
Some people wanted to travel because of the experience they could get, while for some, they see traveling as something that could move them closer to God.
Traveling is really important to a person, not just you're going to have an adventure or journey yourself to another place. It is also learning from the experience, learning how people treat you, learning the culture, the tradition, and of course meeting a lot of people, not only the people in your place but also to other places.
Whatever reasons we may have for traveling, what matters is that when we travel, we get to experience the fun-filled adventure that will make us appreciate what God has given us.
All in all, I really don't know how to define it, but it's within me. I really want to feel what I want to feel. All in all, my overall experience here in Don Salvador was great. I have to say I'm glad that I went here and got to experience what it is like here in Don Salvador. If you want to get away from the city where it's all hot and humid, you can definitely come here and smell the fresh air of Don Salvador. And you don't even need AC here because it's so cold at night and during the day as well, even though the sun is out. So I think my experience here in Don Salvador will be in my head.
What we have experienced from this fun route at the summer capital of Negros Occidental was absolutely incredible. We have ventured from its food to its wonderful landscapes, and most of all, we have experienced the warm accommodation from its people.
To all our travel buddies out there, you have got to come to Don Salvador and experience their cold wind and weather where you don't even sweat. Come and join us here next time so that we're going to experience also the funnest and of course the beautiful nature that Don Salvador has to offer. Hey there, travel buddies! Now I hope you had a fun time joining us here at the famous Don Salvador Benedicto of Negros Occidental. So guys, if you're still planning to book yourself in 4 places just to spend a fantastic vacation with your loved ones for summer, why not come and visit Don Salvador Benedicto, which is really something really great to offer. I agree with that, Margo. Now before we end this fun episode, we are going to read to you some greetings on our emails about fun-filled adventures. Okay, so the first one here is Rene Garcia of Iloilo City. Here it goes. Ang sabi ng detour, you guys are really the best in traveling. Well, I agree with that, right, Jessa? I agree. Okay, so I've never seen any travel show that is completely upbeat and fun. To be honest, I envy you guys because you got to visit a lot of different places in the Philippines, particularly in Western Visayas. So here I am Rene from Iloilo City, and I must say, kamo nagidya. Kita nagidya, Jess? Kita nagidya. Yeah. Now from Sagay City, Elora Perez, hello. First of all, I would like to say, wow, what more can I expect from Detour? By far, it is one of the travel shows in the Philippines that is absolutely fun. You could really move your viewers and make them experience to appreciate the beauty of this country. 2 thumbs up for Detour. God bless. So there you have it, guys. I am your travel buddy, Jessa.
And I'm Margot, and next time, see you in another episode in a show
Where fun never takes its pit stop. Detour!